The lantern at Canford Magna in Poole. They call them the Happy Clappers, and well they might applaud themselves. When the church needed to raise £120,000 for a building project, it had to do no more than ask.
We had a time of prayer, a bit of publicity beforehand, and then a gift weekend. And we got money or promises over that weekend. I think the figure was £58,000. I think that was the figure. But anyway, it's paid for now.
The parish of Canford Magna has 3 churches, a team of ministers and worshippers drawn from a big residential area. Their enthusiasm is a great comfort to the Reverend Peter Lawrence. The parish quota of £57,000 will go up next year by about £7,500. Such a rise would daunt some churches, but here many people tithe, giving 1/10 of their income to the church.
I think there's a lot of Bible-based people here who actually believe that if the Bible says something, that's it. And I think here most people are agreed that the Bible says Christians or believers should give 1/10 of their income to God, not necessarily to this church, but to God, and I think a lot of people do.
But a lot of ministers don't push that, do they?
Possibly because a lot of ministers don't themselves. It's very difficult to push it if you don't do it yourself.
You do it, do you?
I do it, yes. Well, my wife looks after all the finance, so I'm told I do it.
Most of the people here, my age, usually give some of their money. Like there's an 8-year-old who I know very well, and she gives 40p a week. So, and she gives half of her pocket money.
But if you love God, you want to give him as much as you can. Because he's given you everything, and when I've no money, I pray about it, and somebody lends me, and then I return it when I get more money to save it up. I live on very little.
120 families tithe at the Lantern, so if the church collection doesn't seem that impressive, it's hardly surprising. Many have given already. Covenanting averages around £4 per person per week. There is no mystery to this giving, according to Tony Stimpson, the highly organised and unpaid parish treasurer. He doesn't hold with the jumble sales and fetes. For him, giving and the gospel go hand in hand.
The church is there for people to worship in. It is not there for people to visit or as to paint or to just feel comforted that there is a village church there. It is there for worship, and if it isn't used for that purpose, then it is useless.
There is help at hand. Lay preachers give their services free, and there is much talk of releasing more of this talent from the pews. At the Lantern in Canford Magna, lay preachers come from all walks of life. Alan Field is from the world of finance.
I worked for a Lloyd's underwriter. I'm a manager with a Lloyd's underwriting firm. I became a Christian when I was about 35, and I think in the context of leading services, that's only happened very recently. As you mature in your Christian faith, there are things that you begin to take on when you get that responsibility.
St. Paul was a tent maker, and in order to pay for his ministry, he had to make tents during the day and preach in the evening. If that comes, if there isn't the money, then that comes.
It's like within a business. You've got a lot of people with talents and abilities within a business, but you need to actually identify them, train them, and then release them. And I think within the church, we're not very good at identifying those abilities, training them, and releasing them. And I think that's what we've got to do.
The increasing involvement of the laity is only a part of the future. A fall in the number of people coming forward to train for the ministry has brought to an end full-time theological training at both Salisbury and Chichester. Some believe that in any case, we need to rethink training and tradition.
Each particular community